Global happenings today. We communicate. We analyze global news.
Hello, great people. Welcome back to Global Happenings today. INEC has finally put an end to the crisis in Labour Party. Don't forget that Labour Party fairly recently was involved in leadership crisis where the Julius Abure-led faction says that they are legitimately elected to continue with their leadership position in Labour Party, while the stakeholders, the likes of Peter Obi, Alex Oti, and others, started up, or let me say appointed, a caretaker committee chairman led by a former finance minister and gave them 90 days to carry out congresses from the ward level down to the national level so that they can choose national chairman and national working committee members. Julius Abure said no, that is not true. There was a lot of issues around it, but shockingly, INEC has solved the problem once and for all. And that's exactly what we are going to look at, details of their position in respect to this crisis. Now, according to the news, the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has asked the Federal High Court in Abuja to dismiss a suit that was filed by the Labour Party challenging the exclusion of the party from a refresher training organized by the Commission for uploading party agents in the upcoming Ondo State governorship election. In a counter-affidavit deposed by Ayuba Mohammed, an executive officer in INEC's Litigation and Prosecution Department, in suit number FHC-ABJ-CA-1271-2024, the electoral body maintained that based on its record, Julius Abure's tenure as the national chairman of the Labour Party, along with the party's national executive committee, expired in June 2024. INEC claimed it did not monitor, participate in, or recognize the purported National Convention of the Labour Party held on March 27, 2024 in Anambra State, where Abure claimed to have been re-elected. The Commission argued that the convention was conducted in breach of the Nigerian Constitution, the Electoral Act 2022, INEC regulation and guideline for political parties 2022 and the Labour Party Constitution 2029. Citing its regulation, INEC stated that it only deals with valid and subsisting national chairmen and secretaries of the political parties in issuing notices and correspondence. As of August 16, 2024, when the refresher training notice was issued, the Commission has stated that the Labour Party has no valid national chairman or secretary, as their tenures had elapsed in June 2024. In a written address in support of the counter-affidavit, INEC legal team led by Tanko Inowa, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, argued that the Labour Party's suit in seeking declaratory relief, which cannot be granted as a matter of course or based on mere admission, they contended that the Labour Party must succeed on the strength of its case, even in the face of admission. The Commission's lawyer further submitted that, having failed to comply with the extant legal framework in conducting its national convention, the Labour Party does not have a valid leadership that INEC can engage. They urge the court to dismiss the suit, insisting that the Labour Party is not entitled to the relief sought. This is really interesting, I must say. My colleague is in the house, and we just want to talk about this. As transparent as it is, but I feel that there's a lot to be talked about here. Julius Abure finally has known his position that INEC does not even recognize him, which means he was the national chairman of his village council or whatever they may call it. But what's your position in respect to all of this?
Honestly, I'm surprised that Abure is doing this kind of, showing this level of ignorance and shameful disposition. It's not as if he personally doesn't know this. I'm sure he has been given signs that he's no more wanted or he's no more the leader. I could still remember when they walked him out there was a lot of hush-hush propaganda around it where they said actually he was actually on the way to a very, important meeting. He took permission from the INEC chairman. I asked the question, how powerful or how important is that meeting that supersedes you as the chairman of Labour Party, where other chairmen of other parties were there present, including APC and PDP? Come on, and you're supposed to be a third force, And the likes of Alex Oti mentioned it, that as at June, Abure's tenure was over, and he went ahead afterwards to even create another press release demanding that Alex Oti should explain where he got his verdict, which court, which Supreme Court, trying to confuse. That is why we are in this country where we are. Propaganda being promoted over reality and facts, to the point that after a while you start believing propaganda over facts. Somebody is showing you facts and figures. Somebody is carrying propaganda with so many crowd. If you watch the person of Abure's press release, he came with his entourage, his government official and other people. They were just chanting, making us using the Labour Party official handle to promote that press release, even questioning and insisting that they would, file a legal suit. Even Arambambi didn't stop there. Arambambi was insisting that DSS and ESS and the rest.
All of them are part of the National Working Committee. All of
a sudden they are now, the same Abure and Arambambi and Apapa, they were not seeing eye to eye during that election period of Peter Obi. They are now best of friends. And if you ask me, I must give it to the likes of Alex Oti and Peter Obi, who took the bulls by the horns, and the likes of Victor, who realized that, look, we can't be building something on nothing.
Yes.
It's rather unfortunate that the first person that's going to bear this broth is going to be Akpata, because there's nothing really on ground to help protect his vote.
Exactly.
But all of that is simply because the last of Abure is actually dragging what there's nothing to drag about. But this is good news for the likes of Alex Oti and the other Labour Party stakeholders.
I think even the 29 or 31
it's just a good news, because that means even if they go to court, Abure have no case.
He has no case. One of the most interesting thing about this issue is the fact that, just like you rightly pointed out, I think Abure knew that he was not the national chairman. He was trying to force it on them, but unfortunately, these are party men. These are people who have been in politics for years. That's why he's not even showing up in Akpata's case.
Yes, because they will bounce him.
Yes, he's just hiding and all of that.
So even Aisha Yusuf at some point asked him, said that she is in Edo, she's from Edo, Abure is from Edo, she's already in Edo campaigning. Abure, where are you? Exactly. If you're supposed to be a chairman, where are you? Do you understand? So why are you in Abuja? Doing what in Abuja? Something as powerful as election is going on. And you're in Abuja doing what? Consulting what?
I think he knew that he had failed the party.
And I also feel that he was hoping that they will buy the idea, then they will not do the proper thing where he will not be legitimately brought in. But he didn't see this coming. If you ask me, it's a win-win. Even if Abure goes to court, he has nothing whatsoever on ground.
Exactly.
Because INEC right now is totally backing the likes of Peter Obi and Alex. I
think it's not the issue. If you listen to this very well, it's not the issue of backing them.
It's a case of they don't even have leadership.
And secondly, whatever that was done as convention was not in sync with the extant law of the party and even of INEC, because INEC, according to the provision, is that they have to be on ground to monitor everything. And guess what? This thing must start from the ward level, down to the national level. And none of that was done.
I perceive that at that point in time, Abure didn't want unnecessary accountability.
Exactly.
So he wanted it to be done hush, because if you say, okay, let's go for congresses and conventions, a lot of questions will be asked. Hey, so the past election, how much do you realize?
Exactly.
How did you feel? Okay, let's go back to drawing board. He didn't want to answer questions, so he wanted to do it hush hush. And there are many persons who are actually eyeing that position as the chairman.
Exactly.
And he also knew, because if it was, most of them had worked so hard. Give it to Kenneth Okonkwo, no matter what, give it to him. He had worked so hard to, championing the party. He wouldn't mind. He didn't say he's going to be a chairman, but I'm sure most people wouldn't mind seeing him as a national chairman. Then, of course, he has, the way he has gone about attacking Peter Obi and the rest, people may not like the idea of seeing him, antagonizing a presidential candidate of that repute. But well, then again, it's good news to know that Abure have no stake involved, and they are not, no matter what comes out tomorrow, Labour Party is very free to do whatever they needed to do.
All right, that's where we'd like to leave it. Let's meet in our comment section.